Thank you for attending today's press conference hosted by iSpace Europe in coordination with the Luxembourg Space Agency. The primary language of this event will be English, with simultaneous Japanese translation available via Zoom. My name is Alexandra Ehret, and I will serve as host of today's press conference. First, let me welcome all of those in attendance here at iSpace Europe headquarters in beautiful Luxembourg. We are also joined by viewers from around the world via live stream. Following today's press conference, we will take questions from members of the media in the audience. For members of the media who speak Japanese, please join us for a separate question and answer session via Zoom following today's event. And for any questions, please email us at publicrelations, one word, at ispace-inc.com. We are excited to share with you that the assembly, integration, and testing of the Micro Rover flight model has been completed, and it will soon leave Luxembourg for Japan, where it will be integrated on the Resilience lunar lander. To mark this milestone, we are joined here today by Lex Delis, Luxembourg Minister of Economy, SME, Energy, and Tourism, His Excellency Tadahiro Matsubara, Ambassador Extraordinaire and Plenipotentiary of Japan in Luxembourg, Matthias Link, Deputy CEO of the Luxembourg Space Agency, Julian Lamami, CEO of iSpace Europe, Atsushi Saiki, CRO of iSpace Incorporated, and John Walker, iSpace Europe's lead rover engineer. Before we begin, for those of you not familiar with us, iSpace is a global lunar exploration company with a vision to expand human activity into space and to develop the future cislunar economy by offering reliable payload delivery and data services. Our first commercial lunar exploration program, HAKUTO-R, consists of two missions. Mission 1, which made the world's first fully commercial lunar landing attempt in the spring of 2023, and Mission 2, which is planned to launch this winter and begin its journey towards landing and exploring the moon. While Mission 1 was ongoing, preparations for Mission 2 were already underway. Let's begin with a quick summary of Mission 1.
3, 2, 1, ignition.
The iSpace Series 1 lunar lander is now on its way towards the moon.
Never quit, Lunar Quest.
Now, for today's opening remarks, I am pleased to introduce the Luxembourg Minister of the Economy, Lex Delis. Mr. Minister, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, and konnichiwa. Dear Mr. Ambassador Matsubara, dear iSpace team, dear guests, let me first of all thank you, iSpace, for the innovation you made here in Luxembourg. I will say a few words in Luxembourgish and then I will switch to English. Den Space-Sektor als ein ganz wichtiger Sektor an als Regierung steht ganz klar für weiter ambitiöse Projekte am Sektor vom Space können weiterzubringen. Die verschiedenen Mesuren, die geholt sind, werden weiter gefordert und noch weiter ausgebaut. Und dafür sind wir ganz froh, dass wir die Zusammenarbeit zwischen dem Minister, der LSA, und neben den verschiedenen Unternehmen heute zu beschulen. Auf der einen Seite sehen wir, dass wir den Space-Sektor über Unternehmen weiterbringen, dass die kommerziell Aktivitäten, die man an den Vordergrund bräuchte und für zu summen über verschiedene Formule können weiter zu führen an iSpace. Also ganz gut Beispiel davon. Sie wird über Recherche, Development mesuren oder über andere Projekte, die wir mit der ESA kofinanzieren, dann zu summen mit der LSA und dem Ministerium gucken, für die Projekte können zu attribuieren. iSpace fits exactly into these ambitions we have in Luxembourg. It fits into the ambitions, and it's one of the first projects of spaceresources.lu, a major project that shows that Luxembourg is on the map also for other companies coming to Luxembourg. And I want to thank the collaboration between iSpace, LSA, the ministry, and on the other hand, your ambitious projects you have, Mr. Ambassador, together with Luxembourg. It shows that we have a good collaboration and that the links between Japan and Luxembourg are very strong, and they will get stronger through the economy. We see that iSpace is a major project. I'm also in charge of the crafts and also in charge of the Made in Luxembourg label. And I'm very proud that we have now a Made in Luxembourg rover from iSpace going to the moon. So thank you very much.
Filmus, merci. Thank you, Mr. Minister, for joining us today and for your kind words of encouragement. Next on our agenda, I am pleased to introduce His Excellency, the Ambassador Extraordinaire and Plenipotentiary of Japan in Luxembourg, Mr. Tadahiro Matsubara. Ambassador Matsubara, please share with us your thoughts on the upcoming mission and cooperation between Japan and Luxembourg in the space sector.
Thank you very much. And moyen, good evening, bonjour, good morning, and konbanwa. First of all, I'd like to warmly congratulate the entire team of the iSpace Europe on the completion of this micro rover, which was developed here in Luxembourg with the tremendous support from the government of Luxembourg. I believe that we can all agree iSpace has created a remarkable vehicle that advances the lunar exploration to a scale that we have never seen before. Last month, I had the honor of accompanying His Royal Highness the Grand Duke and His Excellency Mr. Rex Deres, Minister of Economy, on a visit to this site. At that time, I could see the micro rover being assembled to the expertise and attention to detail. So this micro rover collects lunar regolith, and it was to be sold to NASA or NASA. Both are the major steps forward for the development of global space resource industry. So iSpace HAKUTO-R is a very international project involving many companies and institutions from a number of countries. So I think it's a very good fruit of the very successful collaboration and the enthusiasm of the team. So it's amazing. So we welcome the strong partnership and leadership of the Luxembourg and Japan in such a significant challenge. So the new lander on which the rover will be mounted is aptly named Resilience. So I have a high hope that it will overcome many challenges ahead and complete its mission. Ladies and gentlemen, on June 11th, our Ms. Kamikawa Yoko, Foreign Minister of Japan, has met with His Royal Highness, the Crown Prince of Luxembourg, who was visiting Japan to lead a large economic mission accompanied by His Excellency Mr. Xavier Bettel, Vice Prime Minister, and His Excellency Mr. Rex Deres, Minister of Economy. On that occasion, Japan and Luxembourg signed a significant memorandum of cooperation in the field of space activities, which demonstrates our commitment toward the further exploration of the space resources for peaceful purposes. I'm confident that Luxembourg and Japan will continue working together to lead these efforts in this field, and any success brought by this micro rover on the moon will be a great history in our cooperation. Shortly, the rover will start its long journey to the moon. After it will be mounted on the lander resilience. So I wish the rover a safe trip afterwards, and I also wish the iSpace a continued success. Thank you very much.
Mr. Ambassador, thank you very much for joining us today, and thank you for your remarks. Now, I would like to introduce the CEO of iSpace Europe, Julian Lamami. Julian, please tell us more about iSpace Europe.
Thank you, Alex. Dear Minister, dear Ambassador, dear Matthias, thank you for coming on this special day. Good morning, konbawa, hello to people online. I'll share a few words about iSpace and iSpace Europe in particular. iSpace is truly a global company. We were headquartered in Tokyo over 14 years ago. We have an entity in Denver, Colorado, and we established this entity, iSpace Europe, over 7 years ago now, in Luxembourg City, in the heart of Europe. Today, we have over 40 employees here in Luxembourg with over 25 nationalities. And it's a truly unique team, all sharing the same ambition to build lunar robots, to commercialize them, but also with the larger purpose of engaging the European community. And by that I mean space agencies, scientists, researchers, educators, students, young and old, entrepreneurs, in getting involved with the moon and thinking about the moon as the next opportunity for their work and their research. Luxembourg and iSpace share a common vision of developing the space economy and using space resources to do so. We also share a common mindset. In Luxembourg, people say, let's make it happen. At iSpace, one of our core values is prove by action. It's very similar. And so I'm very thankful for the support that we've received from the government of Luxembourg over the years, which enabled us to grow and build this rover today. And I'm also very proud that we can bring Luxembourg and Europe to the surface of the moon for the first time, and also to add yet another vector of collaboration between Luxembourg and Japan. And I want to say thank you also to the Japanese embassy for their support over the years. So thank you very much.
Great, thank you so much, Julian. Now, please allow me to pass to Atsushi Saiki, Chief Revenue Officer of iSpace Incorporated, to share more about iSpace's vision and the building of the cislunar economy.
Thank you very much, Alex. My name is Atsushi Saiki, CRO, Chief Revenue Officer of iSpace. And first, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to Ambassador, Minister, and LSA members, and the distinguished guests, and members of media for coming to here today to see our this release. And also a number of people attending by the web basis. I first would like to touch about our vision shortly. Our vision is expand our planet, expand our future, and we would like to create Earth and the moon being one ecosystem by having a new economy on the lunar surface. Next page, please. Why moon? Because it is said that there's 6 billion tons of water resources there. And by splitting this to water for energy and oxygen for human habitat, this can be a base camp, the important base camp for cislunar economy. Our daily life is very much depending on the satellites around Earth. And there's an economic survey that it is much more economical to refuel these satellites from Moon instead of from Earth because of the thick air. So utilizing this energy on the Moon, we can achieve more sustainable growth and living on the Earth's surface. And iSpace being a stock-listed company, we need to have a business plan very sustainable. However, we're doing this not just for iSpace. We're doing this for all the governments, including Luxembourg, all the agencies, including LSA, and other commercial companies around the world to have a sustainable life on this beautiful planet of Earth. Next page, please. While we're showing the video, I just would like to touch another part of this rover that we are having. Rover is a very key element in our mission. Why? This is like our human being. It can find the water, it can extract regolith or the water, it can bring scientific, environmental data to us. And without this rover, our vision is not possible. So I would like to pass back to Julian to explain more about the beautiful rover. And I'm very proud and motivated to be here today in this wonderful city and the country of Luxembourg, together with my colleagues, to be able to show to everybody that we have made another good and big step forward to achieve our mission. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Saiki-san. Kevin? Thanks. So the story of iSpace and rovers actually goes back 10 years. iSpace's first lunar project was the development of lunar rover. The first one was called Serato, and you can see it here on the bottom left. And this rover was developed to compete under the Google Lunar X Prize competition, which was taking place at that time. And actually, iSpace managed to complete the development of this rover, just like the one you can see today, but could not find a way to get it to the moon. There were no reliable transportation system back then, we're talking 2017, to take a robot to the moon on a commercial ride, which is what motivated iSpace to develop our own lunar landers and our own transportation, which 5 years later led to the M1 mission, which you saw referenced in the video earlier. On the M1 mission, we did not have our own rover. We had a rover as a customer, but we didn't have our own rover. On this second mission, which is going to launch later this year, we are building our own rover for ourselves and for our customers. And we initiated this development in 2022 here in Luxembourg. This is the picture I showed last November when we revealed the design of the rover. And today I'm very proud to show the actual flight model. So this is a picture. It's no longer computer graphics. This is a real picture taken a few meters away here in our other annex location. And you can see the flight model of the rover. Flight model means this is the actual piece of hardware that will launch and hopefully drive on the moon. This rover was designed by our team here in Luxembourg, benefiting from the experience we had gained on the Serato development. It was assembled in Luxembourg. So this video is shot in Luxembourg, again, at the same facility next door, our manufacturing lab. And you can see our engineers working various elements of the rover design. We have a clean facility where we can do the assembly of the space hardware. And we even have a lunar yard facility. So lunar yard is basically an analog facility, like a big sandbox, where we can test the rover. We can test the mobility. Does it drive okay on the moon? Can it take the proper images? Does it give sufficient awareness to the operators to drive it on the moon? And we even have a mission control room, which we've used on M1 to send commands and receive data from the lander, and we'll use on M2 to do the full operations of the rover. So this rover made in Luxembourg, which will land on the moon next year, will be fully operated here from Luxembourg. So you can see we can do design, integration, some testing, operations, all this from Luxembourg City. It's very small, so please, if you're in Luxembourg City, come see us. And we're truly, I think, a one-stop shop for lunar exploration in Europe. And I know of no other company with such facilities available in Europe, and also such talent, which you can see here. Next. I'm supposed to do a filler. This is the scoop. The last image you saw was the scoop, which we'll use to collect the lunar regolith, which Ambassador Matsabura-san mentioned earlier. This is the last team picture we took about a month ago, and we were very honored to receive the Grand Duke of Luxembourg, and again, Minister Dulles, Ambassador Matsabura-san, Deputy CEO Matthias Link, and others. You can see a very enthusiastic team, very diverse. And in the front is our lunar yard facility I mentioned, where we do mobility testing, operation testing, and you can see full scale a model. This is not the flight model. This is just for public relations, a model of the rover sitting in front of us. Thank you. And so I'll pass the mic to John Walker, who was the lead engineer behind the original rover development, the Sorato one, 10 years ago, and who's again the lead engineer behind the design of this rover.
Okay, thank you, Julian. You see in front of me here a replica of the flight model rover. So we've done our best to make it one of the smallest and lightest rovers ever made. It's about 5 kilograms. The length dimension from front to rear is about 300 millimeters. Yet this rover is able to carry up to about 1 kilogram of customer payloads to the surface of the moon. So you can see here, it's made to be as simple and reliable as possible. It has 4 wheels, deployable solar panel, redundant radios which communicate to Earth via the lander. There's a camera front and rear, which takes high-definition pictures and images, which lets us teleoperate the rover from here on Earth, from the mission control room just next door. So we've been working for the last few months on testing this rover. So we've done vibration testing, thermal vacuum testing, functional testing in preparation to ship this to Japan next week, actually. So we're getting ready to integrate this to the Resilience lander. So you see here some images. That's the solar panel, which you can see on the replica is deployable. So this maximizes the power that we can get on the moon. We've made this as light as possible, as I mentioned, by using some exotic materials like carbon fiber, magnesium alloy, many titanium parts. And as Julia mentioned, there's a scoop on the rear of this rover that's used to collect lunar regolith. And this will contribute to the NASA-led Artemis program. And NASA has actually selected iSpace Europe as a partner to acquire regolith and sell it to them. We're very excited to have this shipped to Japan next week and integrate it to the Resilience lander, and then depart to the moon and start driving this on the lunar surface.
Great. Thank you very much, John. Okay, this is a very exciting moment for us as we have another important announcement to make. Thank you, Julian, for joining us. Okay, are you ready?
Yes, thank you, Alex. So we wanted to use the opportunity of this press conference to share with you the name we've decided to give to this very special rover. For the parents among us, you know very well that it's not easy to name something or somebody that you care for dearly. It applies to babies, it applies to rovers just as well. the lander on which this rover will fly, as we mentioned earlier, is called Resilience. And this name is there to evoke the spirit of iSpace, bouncing back from the M1 experience and really with the ambition of achieving full success on M2. And so we've decided to name the rover, in a similar spirit, Tenacious. So Tenacious, again, is meant to evoke another really strong quality of the iSpace mindset. As I mentioned, iSpace developed a complete lunar rover 10 years ago, only to find out that the transportation solutions we were relying on at the time were not reliable and could not take us to the moon. So 10 years later, we're doing it again. And this time, we're transporting it ourselves on the Resilience lander. Tenacity is also, I think, evoking the spirit of our team. We have a very small team with very high ambition and achieving great things in Luxembourg, but also, I think, on a world scale. So it means a lot today to have Minister Dallas, Ambassador Matsabura-san, Deputy CEO Matthias Link with us in this room to wish good things and farewell to this rover, which will go to Tokyo in a couple of weeks, be integrated on the Resilience lander, and then wish farewell and bon voyage to both of them later this year when they'll leave this Earth forever and be on their way to the moon. So thank you for your attention. Thanks for your good wishes, and stay tuned for updates.